Alright, Brainiacs, buckle up because it's about to get funky. Name's Hugo the Honey Badger, buzzed and ready. No guts, no glory, let's roll. Here's a brain teaser for you. What if a spaceship flew around the moon on a giant space boomerang, then whooshed home without even hitting the gas again? Perfectly perplexing, right? Topic reveal time, Artemis II, a crude lunar flyby mission, a bold step in NASA's big plan to return humans to the moon and someday hop to Mars. Let's pounce on today's mind blower. Artemis II is riding the mighty Space Launch System rocket with the Orion spacecraft on top. It launched from Kennedy Space Center and is taking a 10-day trip. About 3 days to the moon, a swoop by the far side, then about 3 days back, like a cosmic road trip with the moon as the world's biggest rest stop. Definitions time, but like cooler. A lunar flyby means the crew does not park in lunar orbit. Instead, Orion follows a free return path. The moon's gravity gives a slingshot tug that bends the path back to Earth. If the engines took a catnap, gravity would still guide the ride. Talk about a safety net. Hakuna Matata. First all over the place. First time humans fly Orion. First time the SLS rocket carries people. And milestone megastars in the crew. Commander Reed Wiseman. Pilot Victor Glover. Mission Specialist Christina Koch. And Mission Specialist Jeremy Hansen from the Canadian Space Agency. That is teamwork with maple syrup levels of sweet cooperation. Record alert, more people in deep space at once than ever before. The old record from Apollo 8 was 3. Artemis II makes it 4. This is nuts. Deep space just got a little less lonely. Speaking of wild stuff, check this out. Right after launch, Orion went to a high Earth orbit for about 24 hours to test life support. The crew even set up exercise gear to make the systems work a little harder. Think of it as a spaceship gym day. Huff, puff, data collected, then came the big translunar injection burn to head for the moon. After those tests, there was a delicate dance with the leftover upper stage, the ICPS. Victor Glover practiced proximity flying, checking how Orion handles using a pilot scorecard called the Cooper-Harper rating scale. Fancy words, simple idea. How smooth is the ride? Then the ICPS headed to a safe graveyard orbit and had rideshare CubeSat jobs on its to-do list. Okay, switching rivers. How smart is this spaceship? The flight runs mostly on auto and the crew steps in if needed. The main human button is the abort command. That is the emergency chute of space. Pause for a moment to appreciate good safety planning. And now, hold on to your fur. This next bit is bonkers. Engineers studied the Orion heat shield after Artemis I and saw some extra char loss, so the plan changed. Instead of a skip re-entry, the team chose a steeper entry path to keep heat and forces under tight control. Extra homework, extra safety. That is how pros roll. A splashdown lands in the Pacific Ocean off San Diego. A U.S. Navy San Antonio class ship, think big sea turtle with a mini garage inside, scoops up the capsule, quick checks, strong med teams, everybody homeward bound, give that a tail wag. Cultural fireworks time. Artemis II takes a person of color, Victor Glover, beyond low Earth orbit. It takes the first woman, Christina Koch, and the first non-U.S. citizen on a NASA mission to lunar space, Jeremy Hansen. Representation matters. Whole planet energy. Let's roar and explore together. Science snacks on board, health studies with superhero names, Avatar tracks how tissue-like materials react, R-Char checks movement and sleep with wearables, saliva samples look at immune clues. That helps plan for long trips where gravity is weird and radiation goes peekaboo. On the tech side, comms are laser sharp. Orion's 020 optical system beams data down to stations in California and New Mexico at up to 260 megabits per second. Space internet for the win. High-def video from moonish miles away. For real. Surprise sprinkles. Names from Earth are riding inside Orion on an SD card thanks to Send Your Name to Space. The Zero Gravity Indicator contest crowned a winner named Rise by 8-year-old Lucas Yeah, and Wake Ups Can Groove too. Day one's song was Sleepyhead by Young and Sick, a Passion Pit cover. Even astronauts need bops. Speaking of teamwork, international CubeSats join the fun. Tachelis from Germany studies how lunar radiation tickles vehicle parts. Argentina's Atenea maps radiation and tests shielding and long-distance comms. K-Radcube from Korea checks radiation with tissue-like material. Saudi Space Agency's Space Weather CubeSat 1 watches space weather in high Earth orbit, plus an avionics unit. Tiny boxes, big brains. Now imagine this honey badger daydream. Orion drifts by the far side of the moon. Earth hangs in space like a blue marble jawbreaker. Clouds swirl like whipped cream. Continents look like paw prints. Whoa, heart goes boom, mind goes zoom. Pause, press the window, just soaking it in. Stay curious, little one. Get in the zone. It's honey badger time. Why all this matters. Every switch, test, and space squiggle helps plan landings and long stays. The data powers future trips to the moon and later to Mars. Practice makes perfect, and practice in deep space makes mission ready. Okay, switching rivers, launch windows are picky. The Earth-Moon dance gives only a few good hours each month. Storms can say not today. Teams do wet dress rehearsals, fix leaks, and even roll the rocket back for tune-ups. Patience plus planning equals liftoff. Re-entry will be a spicy meatball. Orion comes home faster than any crew capsule has tried before. The steeper profile brings strong heat and G-forces, but it is dialed in for control. Then Splash Bob and a ride on the U.S. Navy ship, a hero's bath. Next up is a doozy, life and work on the moon with Artemis II, habitats, moon buggies, and dusty boots. Let's race in. And that's the tail end of that tale for real. Ooh, that was a wild ride. Until next time, stay wild and wonderful.